concept of worship. And what worship? Worship as far as what it looks like in the church. And I feel like we have a pretty skewed perspective, and he gives a wrong perspective of what worship is. And so today we're going to give an introduction to what it looks like. And then number two, we're going to give basically the premise of what the next several weeks are going to look like. Typically, expository preaching in general here at the church, expository, I think there's a time and a place for church where things are hashed out in a topical form, and I think this is one of those scenarios. The other scenarios typically are Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter, but typically topical messages are good. They have their place. In the next several weeks, we're going to look at the topical message of worship and true worship and dissect that concept. Leaders today often in church, I think, make a worship is not one thing. It's actually, and we're going to very end, but John chapter 4, let's look at verses 20. Worship. Jesus said to her, "Woman, believe me, the hour is coming when neither on this mountain nor and now is here, when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father is such people to worship him. God is spirit on this mountain, but you say that Jerusalem is the place where people ought to worship." See, this woman, what she was thinking is that there was one place to worship. And where was it at? That was in Jerusalem. Obviously, if you will, it was the Mecca of religion. It's really movement in my body. I've also learned that if I try doing my Bible time in bed, that's a for me to do it. College, just because college schedule, and every single semester I took 18 to 20. Look at verses 1 through 3. 6 days before the Passover, Jesus therefore came to Bethany when Lazarus was, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. So they gave a dinner for him there. Martha served, and Lazarus was one of those reclining with him at the table. An activity.